This channel may feature copyrighted video and audio content under the guidelines of fair use permitted by copyright statute for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. All content and credit go to the original creators. No copyright infringement is intended. This channel may feature copyrighted video and... Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to MTGB Crime Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about Kada Scott. We are on part 10. Let me turn this music down. I hope everybody is having a happy Friday. Shout out to my BFF in the building. How you doing today? And shout out to State Committee. Tapping in, big salute family. What's up? Welcome in, y'all. Thank y'all so much for dropping in. Shout out to my member in the building. How you doing, Charlene? So I want to do something today. I'm glad to hear that. How you doing today, Charlene? And also State Committee. So I wanted to do something because I have not read all of the affidavit, right? So I want to go over that, because y'all know, I really like to stick to the facts, the details, and all of that stuff. And I have not read all of this. And I'm also going to be pulling up the streets and stuff that he was picking her, that he was doing his dirty deeds on, okay? So as a matter of fact, I need to put... So they launched the foundation because y'all know Kada's birthday was the 18th of November. And to keep her memory alive, her family, they did a foundation in her name to allow young women that was in the same type of... the type of things that Kada liked to do. They're doing a scholarship for that. I'm gonna pull up a video, and it was something else. That she was months away from graduating. I thought she was already graduated. But I guess that's kind of crazy because she was working that job to be able to pay for her schooling. Let me pull that up right quick. Oh, shoot. What are we doing here? What is going... Oh, man.
The family of Kada Scott honoring her life and legacy. They're transforming the pain of losing their daughter into a way to help others.
Yeah, today would have been Kada Scott's 24th birthday, but of course she was tragically...
Oh my God.
Murdered. Action News reporter
What are we doing?
Live at Ada Lewis Middle School in East Mount Airy, where a memorial to Kada Scott has been growing for weeks. In Toronto, you spoke to Scott's father today.
I did, Brian, and it is a hard day for the family. Still, they're turning their heartache into a way to help others. They've created a foundation in honor of Kada while still trying to make sense of this tragedy.
The middle of the night, thinking about her. It's been tough.
Because Kevin Scott is missing his heart, his daughter, Kada.
To be honest, I'm not good. Of course, my daughter's not here anymore.
Missing her every day, but especially today, what would have been Kada's 24th birthday.
Coincidentally, she shares the same birthday as her mom.
Kada's
That other part. Oh my God.
For her birthday, a foundation in Kada's name.
It seemed appropriate to try to launch it on her birthday.
The Kada Scott Foundation will provide scholarships, grants, and mentors for girls who have the same type of positivity and ambition Kada had before she became the victim of a heinous crime. Scott went missing on October 4th after going to her job at an assisted living facility. 2 weeks later, investigators found her body at an abandoned school.
Pain of losing their daughter into a way to help others.
Yeah, today would have been Kada Scott's 24th birthday, but of course she was tragically murdered. Action News reporter Toronto Thomas live at Ada Lewis Middle School in East Mount Airy, where a memorial to Kada Scott has been growing for weeks. In Toronto, you spoke to Scott's father today.
I did, Brian, and it is a hard day for the family. Still, they're turning their heartache into a way to help others. They've created a foundation in honor of Kada while still trying to make sense of this tragedy.
The middle of the night, thinking about her. Yeah, it's been tough.
Because Kevin Scott is missing his heart, his daughter, Kada.
To be honest, I'm not good. Of course, my daughter's not here anymore.
Missing her every day, but especially today, what would have been Kada's 24th birthday.
Coincidentally, she shares the same birthday as her mom.
Kada's family created what could be considered a gift for her birthday, a foundation in Kada's name.
It seemed appropriate to try to launch it on her birthday.
The Kada Scott Foundation will provide scholarships, grants, and mentors for girls who have the same type of positivity and ambition Kada had before she became the victim of a heinous crime. Scott went missing on October 4th after going to her job at an assisted living facility. 2 weeks later, investigators found her body at an abandoned school. The story created an outpouring of support from the community.
For some reason, my daughter's story connected with a lot of people, and I do appreciate that.
Kevin Scott now wants to grow the legacy his daughter started, one based on creativity, ambition, and kindness. All words written on these hoodies that Kevin Scott designed, making each one by hand.
Actually, it's like a positive distraction right now.
Proceeds from the hoodies go to the Kada Scott Foundation, which is looking to partner with other groups to provide scholarships in areas Kada loved, like fashion and entrepreneurship.
We want to provide that if possible. What Kada would have deserved if she was still here.
This father finding a way to make a difference by helping girls live the dreams of his daughter.
Hopefully we can make a positive impact with some women in Philadelphia.
Kada's father says the family is now focused on getting justice for Kada while still focusing on having a positive impact on this foundation. If you would like to find out more about the Kada Scott Foundation, look for this story on our website, 6abc.com/links.
That is really sad. I mean, it's a good thing that they got the foundation in their name or whatever, but entrepreneurship, young business people, pretty much go-getters, creative people, and we could learn more about it, like they said on the website. But bittersweet, man. It had me in tears though, because my daughter's birthday is just 2 days before my birthday, and I actually brought her home on my birthday. And for her to have had her daughter on her birthday and not have her daughter here with her anymore, that makes her birthday a horrible day. Dang, man. I mean, no day is a good day to lose your child. But that right there, that's a lot. Okay, so I wanted to make sure I played that. So now what I'm gonna do is pull up this. Well, I ain't gonna pull up the affidavit because there's nothing is redacted or anything like that. I'm gonna just read it. Let me see if I got a copy or anything up here. We gonna get into the details. Y'all, please smack that thumbs up as you come in. I think that's wait a minute, what is this? I can't see Jack. Yeah. Okay. Let's get started. So this affidavit I'm reading, that is a Detective Robert Daly. Can y'all hear me okay? Can y'all hear me okay? Let me know. I know I'm on the screen. Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up. Please. Thank you for sharing me. Thank you for sharing me. Thank you for sharing me. For sharing me. For sharing me. For sharing me. Thank you for so much. Move this out the way. This thing is driving me crazy. They always changing stuff, y'all. Imagine coming home and everything is changed and you didn't change it. This can get off my screen. Okay. All right. So I'm going to get into the affidavit. It's a Detective Robert Daly. We're going to start from the top because I have never read this. And so let's see. Detective Robert Daly, he said, I have received specialized training in interviews, evidence processing, and cellular data. So he's telling us, his training and stuff. But he said this affidavit, he said the following information is derived from my observation, reports, interviews, forensic analysis, and official reports or official records from other members of the Philadelphia Police Department and support unit and agencies. This affidavit is intended to establish sufficient probable cause for the requested arrest warrant and does not set forth all of my knowledge about this matter. The dates and times listed in this affidavit should be read as on or about dates and times. Okay. And so we gonna start at the 3rd. Let me do this right quick. Shout out to Black Guns and Gardens. Welcome in, fam. How you doing? Thank you for coming in. Hold on, let me pull this up. We'll look at Keon for now. Wait, what is this? Oh, we don't want that. Okay. So on October 3rd, 2025, at approximately 11:30 p.m., 14 district officers responded to 6600 Sprague Street. Okay, so hold on. I'm going to pull that up. So 6600 Sprague Street, this is where he robbed the Uber driver at. It looked like he in the projects. It looks like the projects. It looked like Keon might be standing out here right now robbing somebody. I don't know. But I don't know the exact location that this vehicle was stolen from. But this is absolutely the block. It's dumpy over here. Okay. Okay, so 6600 Sprague Street for theft in progress involving a 2008 black Hyundai Accent hatchback. The owner, working as a delivery driver, reported leaving the vehicle running and unlocked when an unknown black male wearing all black entered and fled northbound. The theft was recorded under, and they gave some numbers. On 10/5/2025, officers responded to the 8300 block of Rodney Street for a missing person. I'm going to pull that up also. Wait a minute. What are we doing here? Oh, let's do this. Oh, let's go back. Apparently, I don't know what I'm doing. What? Wait a minute, y'all. Give me 1 second. I thought I had this stuff together more. Now let's do this. Because I know I had that. There we go. Now the 8300 block is where they met the mom at. This is the 8300 block of Rodney. Oh, the gas station right there. Is that the gas station Keon be at? So that's Mount Airy, Easton Road, and Rodney Street. That is a gas station, but I don't. Oh, I do remember her saying that's the Liberty. That's not the one she go to, and I think she went the other direction. I'm talking about when old girl was showing us where Kada lived at, where her friend lived, and all this stuff. Okay. Okay. All right. So the 8300 block of Rodney Street for a missing person. Let me start over. On 10/5/2025, officers responded to the 8300 block of Rodney Street for a missing person, identified as Kada, a 23-year-old female. The complainant's mother stated that Kada failed to return home after work the prior evening. A co-worker, VA, reported last seeing Kada, they got KS though, around 10 p.m. on 10/4/2025 outside her workplace. And that is Terrace at Chestnut. We gonna go there next. I gotta keep covering it up though. Let's do this. We gonna go there. What the? Okay, so that is so annoying. $4.95. Oh, there it is. There it is. So I noticed that they took me on the side street, right? But the front of the building is over here. But I believe that this is a street that he went down. So this is the front of the building, and it's a whole neighborhood across the street behind all these woods and junk. I mean, all these trees and stuff. Well, what kind of? I'm thinking that just the business, which is crazy as heck, that a business wouldn't have cameras, but obviously these houses and stuff do, and especially going down this street, it's a bunch of houses. Houses on the street. There's a lot of trees and stuff I'm seeing in front of the houses and stuff. Okay, so it is it's neighborhoods. I just don't want to waste too much time, but I could drive through a little bit more. But let me read a little bit more. And so it says, officers responded, okay, to 8300 block. That was the house. Now they're saying she was last at work. KS was around 10 p.m. VA reported last seeing Kada around 10 p.m. on 10/4 outside of her workplace. The terrace at Chestnut Hill. KS appeared upset and she was overheard saying, I can't believe you're calling me about this shit. Kada then walked towards the dark colored SUV parked outside. The SUV left immediately. Now, what I was wondering when I seen this, I was wondering if he was parked inside of the parking lot, or was he parked outside of it. See how you could go into the gate and it keep taking me to the street, but this ain't the entrance. I mean, I don't this ain't the entrance. But was he sitting on the street or did he go into the lots? I wonder. Let me see if I can get closer to over there. Try to go in a little bit. I just think it's insane not to have cameras. So, I mean, the parking lot is little. I mean, is it another side? If that's the parking lot. It would be easy to see his car, but it gotta be some more parking, I would think. Okay, what's this? Yeah, it is, because you can go in over here too. So it's more, that's right here, more parking. So yeah, I wonder, where was he parked at? Where was her car parked at? So he would have been right out here. Okay. The next street alley. Welcome in, Enlighten Life. Welcome in, Cynthia. How you doing? Okay, let me. My phone powered off and everything. Gosh, so annoying. Oh, man. Okay, so it says last seen Katie around 10. Now, the 10 p.m., we got to remember that the boyfriend, if we want to call him that, he said he dropped her off around 9:40, 9:45, somewhere around there. Her parents said that she got home around 9:50, said she needed to use the car. Her mother actually said that the place is 15 minutes away from their house. So that would make her it would have been after 10, when she, maybe about 10:05, but I guess 10 o'clock is close enough. But I would have thought that it would have been after 10 when she got to work. Remember, Keon was calling her from 9:25 p.m. all the way to after to he got in touch with her. Oh, he called her between 9:25 p.m. and 10:12. So he would have been calling her while she was with that boyfriend. And I just wonder, what did he know about that, or if he knew about that. right? Because that's man, highly sus. So anyway, the complainer's mother, they talked to her that she didn't return home that evening. The co-worker seen her leaving 10 o'clock. She was upset. She said what she said. I can't believe you calling me about this shit. She walks out and then she leaves immediately in this SUV. It ain't an SUV. Or was it an SUV? I mean, did she see an SUV? Was it an SUV that picked her up first and they switched cars? I don't know. But they described the vehicle as an SUV. I just took it as the hatchback back had them confused. But yeah, that little parking lot, they wasn't. But yeah, it gotta be. Yeah, it's another parking lot because it gotta be employee parking and all that. And like what Enlighten said that something about it. Hey Danielle, hold on. I'm eating barbecue chicken. Sorry, I was asking because it's how my neighbors is. Oh, you were asking. Oh, I see. Welcome in, Daniel. Happy Friday. Shout out to Lewis Fuller in the building. Thank you for the like. I appreciate that. Okay, let me get going because I'd never get through this if I don't. Okay. So now the SUV left immediately. Then we have T-Mobile records for Kada, right? Her phone number 215. I'll say 215 for Kada. So T-Mobile records for Kada phone 215 revealed 12 calls from 304, and he really is a hoe. Okay, his number is 304 area code, right? Between 9:25 and 10:12 p.m. on 10/4/2025, ending with a 43-second call from that number at 10:12. See what I'm saying, y'all? Like, well, I mean, if she got to work around 10:05, he right there at 10:12. He already there. He had to be already in the vicinity of her job. And again, what made her leave her job for Keon Kong? Let's pull him up. What? Okay, so again, I was thinking she was hungry. No, her boyfriend said she had just ate. So it wasn't about no food, even though I heard that it could have been about some food. The boyfriend said she had just ate that chicken. Okay. All right, so we got he called her from that number at 10:12. Another thing, the boyfriend had said that he called Kada. He was calling her to tell her that she left her chicken in the car, which is crazy. I don't believe it. But anyway, so it says ending with a 43-second call from the number at 10:12 using the towers serving the area that he was in, and it gave the specific address. So he was sitting in a parking lot at this place when he called her. Then after 10:24 p.m., her phone within 12 minutes of from the time he called at 10:12 to 10:24, her phone ceased all network contact, which means her phone was turned off. Now the boyfriend, he said that when he called her, her phone, the message didn't go through. But that wasn't until 12:05 a.m. I think he called sooner than that. But that's not the text messages that he shared. He, as a matter of fact, he did say he called her first and then he texted her. So after 10:24 p.m., her phone ceased all network contact. Timing advanced data indicated her device traveled southeast from Chestnut Hill towards Mount Airy during that period where it went off the network. The missing person case was assigned to Detective O'Neill and gave his information. Okay, let's get past that. Hold on, y'all. Let me do this. I'm messing up over here. What type of bugaboo calls somebody 12 times while she's on a date with another person? I think they knew about those calls. I think they knew. Dude, hold on, y'all. I'm almost there. Okay, so on 10/7/2025 at 3:31 a.m., officers in Engine 73 responded to a vehicle on fire on the 2300 block of 74th Avenue. The burned vehicle was identified as the same stolen Hyundai Accent. Engine 73 ruled the fire arson. This was assigned to Detective whatever. Okay, investigators during the course of this investigation determined the theft, missing person, and arson were all related. Now, we seen where he stole it from. Let me look to see where this other block is at. Okay, so this is the area that he stole the vehicle from. 7300 block, 2300 block of 74th Street. Now this just where they took us at. So, And the other thing, people usually these criminals, they usually go in areas that's familiar to them. Okay, so hold on, y'all. Okay, so the vehicle was on fire in the 2300 block of 74th Avenue. The burned vehicle was assigned. It was identified, so they now know that this was related. But because the cops is the fire department put the car out. So I don't think Keon had nothing to do with the towing and the crushing of the vehicle. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm thinking not, right? Hold on. BFF is laughing at something. Dang, I forgot to go do that. So it says a joint homicide and FBI violent crimes task force investigation determined the number 304, which is Keon, was a text now account. The search warrant return showed communication between this number and Kada from 9/28, mean the date, September 28th through October 4th. And then it says on 10/2/2025, the account message, "Yo, Kada, this is my new number." The compliant replied, "Who this?" And the user identified himself as Kale. On 10/4/2025 at 10:07 a.m., Kada texts, "Kidnap me again." To which the suspect replied, "You better be up too," followed by plans to meet later that night. Their last exchange was at 10:09 p.m. and it read, "Call me when you hear." Now, the message about "kidnap me again," that was in the morning. That was at 10:07 a.m. So that's so weird. She said, "Kidnap me again." Now, that's another thing. "Kidnap me again" would indicate that they was together once before. I don't know what he could have been calling her about, but one of the things that crossed my mind, I mean, it wouldn't make sense that she was going to do anything quick with him in the car or anything, because she seemed to be upset. So I don't know, man. It just don't make no sense. But we gonna keep reading. So but you better be up too. So that's another thing. Why would he say you better be up to? Like, that don't even make sense. If they plan to meet later, this at 10:07, she say, "Kidnap me again," and he says you better be up to. Like, she's telling you kidnap me again. Why would that be his response? You better be up to. Followed by plans to meet that night. And then 2 minutes later, she said, "Call me when you hear." That's crazy. No, because look, that was 10:07 a.m. And when she said, "Call me when you hear," it was 10:09 p.m. So literally it was 12 hours exactly apart from when he first. But like I said before, the fact that he doing all this switcherooing, different numbers and all of this stuff, he started that at 9/28. I mean, September 28th. When did he meet her? So their last exchange, okay, and then it says the text now number was registered to Madeline using a Verizon IP address linked to the phone number 267. The Verizon and T-Mobile TAD data showed the suspect and complainant devices together in the area of 495 East Abington Avenue around 10:15. On 10/4/2025, traveling southeast towards Mount Pleasant Avenue, then to Aubrey Arbitrum, area until about 11 p.m. before the suspect device returned to 5500 Belmar Terrace. So her phone, the devices were put together right there at the place around 10:15. He went straight to the Arbitrum and he was there for 45 minutes. Before the suspect devices returned. So what do we think he was doing in that time? Because he didn't let me see. Mount Pleasant to area. Let me see. Gotta cover it up again. They don't even have the school on the map. At all. So this place, it used to be a place where they would go to have fun. I'm going to show you some pictures here. This is like right where he was parked at too. They walked through this area to get all the way back there where they put her at. Right through here. That's messed up. Wait, let me get this little girl off my screen. Know who kids these is. Hold on, y'all. I do not like showing kids on my screen. Okay, let me pull up something right quick. I am hot.
Look for Kada. She has mad love for her. Again, like I said on the other lives, this is not about a personal matter anymore.
When me and Kada met, I was literally driving home from work. I was on my way to the gas station to get me a backwood so I could smoke an L.
If you go down this block, this is Kada Scott's block more so, but this block right here is the block that he will always come on to sell me and my friend rugs. Now I'm just gonna be showing y'all the area where he is like always at and where he most likely first seen Kada, because that's where I always seen her. You walk straight down. Once you walk straight down, you'll get up near like the gas stations and stuff.
Could this be the same gas station that we just heard Taz say that he goes to get his bag from? And is it possible that he knows Keon?
And the gas stations is usually where all of the drug dealers will be located. When I get up there, I'm gonna show you specifically. But yeah, that's most likely like where she was going.
So it's sounding like it's a group of them that hangs at the gas station. And it sounds like they all stay in the same neighborhood, which we know that they do. So it's very likely that they knew each other.
This is where she would walk. This is the way you have to take to go to the poppy store. This is the gas station that all of the drug dealers come to. They all come here. They all be outside the store. If you drive past, you'll see. Like, they really all be here. This is a picture of her up here. She always will come here. Everybody will come here to buy their wraps, all that.
And it sounds like that's exactly what Ramir was headed to do.
It's the store. But the store you could find him sitting outside of is right over here.
And I just happened to like look forward, and I could just see the prettiest female walking the dogs next to the motherfucking baseball park in the neighborhood. And I'd never seen this girl before. I literally stopped my car in the middle of the intersection, left the car door open, and I hopped out the car and I started to talk to her. She called me crazy for what I did. And when I walked up to her and I told her, I don't care how crazy I seem.
Now, I know it cut off right there, but he just basically said, I don't care how crazy I see him, but I'll go as crazy to talk to somebody like her.
When I dropped Kada off, we had just left Top Golf. At Top Golf, Kada ordered food. I didn't. But she ordered food for the both of us. I didn't know. So she ordered hot wings, but she only liked the flats. So I was texting her to tell her that she left her food in the car. And the whole time, she had ate all the flats out of the hot wings and left me all the drums. So she left the food in the car on purpose because she kept on trying to tell me I need to eat. When I realized the food was in the car, I called her first. She didn't answer the phone. So then I texted her. My text messages wasn't getting delivered.
So he said the text message didn't deliver. Well, look at this message. It sure did deliver. And also, he sent this an hour and a half to 2 hours after she was already deceased, which he dropped her off around 9:40 that night. He didn't text her until after midnight.
Kept texting her, tried to call her again. It was just like, for some reason, I just couldn't get in touch with her.
Mind you, he says kept texting her. He only texted her one time.
But one of the things that I was saying in my last live stream is that the guy admits that he dropped her off at 9:40 to take her home. He dropped her off at 9:40. I remember her parents said that she got home at 9:50.
This isn't like her. She's never left home before?
No, not like this. I've only been off since Saturday. Well, to my knowledge, since Sunday morning, and it's going completely right straight to voicemail. So it hasn't been on since Sunday morning that I know of.
What do you think's going on?
I'm not sure. I'm hoping for the best, thinking positive, but yeah, something is off, it's not right. I need as much help as I can, but something is definitely wrong. She wouldn't just leave and not contact anyone, none of her friends, family, respond back as far as text messages. She's not on her Instagram, nope, nothing.
Where would she go without her car? She's at work. She doesn't leave. She leaves work, but her car's still at work. And her phone's off.
Yes, so nowhere. She's supposed to leave at 6 a.m. on Sunday morning. But when I originally called on Sunday morning at the job, they told me that she had worked her full shift from 10 to 6 a.m. So she should have been home by 6:15. It's right around the corner.
And they all saw her leave work, but they didn't see where she went or who she went with.
That's correct, originally. So when I called on Monday morning, they told me she did not work her full shift. The car was still sitting in the parking lot. So it's like she vanished. Like, what? No cameras or nothing. So where is she?
What do you think happened?
I have no idea. That's the problem. We're trying to piece it together. She went into a job for a normal shift, and she didn't finish the shift and come home. So that's when the problem started. And that's where we're at right now, trying to figure out what's going on, where she's at, when did she actually leave the facility, and everything else. We're trying to figure things out right now.
I heard from Mom. She's a real good kid, about as good as you can be. And this is not like her not to call you guys almost daily, hourly.
Yeah, absolutely. They have a close relationship. Any spending the night or going out for the day, definitely in contact with each other every day. She would never disappear for 24 hours and not contact her mom or her little sister. At least a phone call or text to say, hey, I'm on my way home, or I'm here and I'll be home later. She never does that. Never.
I remember a coworker saying that they seen her out in the parking lot and she got in a black SUV that took off pretty fast after that. So it's a lot of conflicting stories because I ran across a video that her mother, when she had spoke early on before it was discovered that Kada was unalive. And she had said that they told her at the job that she worked her full shift. So I just don't know who she talked to, who was giving her these conflicting stories and stuff like that. But this boyfriend, it just, anytime you are the last person seen with somebody and they come up dead, of course, you're going to be suspicious to people. So he is a little suspicious to me. because number one, when she talked to him, he talked about these chicken wings, right? That he didn't realize that Gabby had ate all the. They was at Top Golf, and he said that she ordered some food, told him he needed to eat. I meant Kada. I don't know why I kept calling that girl Gabby. Eat and all of this stuff, yet he didn't know that she had ordered these wings for him. And she left them in the car. And he was calling her to try to give her the chicken for her to get her food. Hey, you forgot your food. Not realizing that she had already ate the flats and she left the drummies for him. That would have been a conversation at Top Golf when she ordered the food. That just don't make sense at all.
This is the stuff that I watch on TV and crime shows, scripts. To see this happen to someone so close to me.
Priya is describing what goes through her mind when she thinks about her friend, Kada Scott. The two met while attending Penn State University. She says losing Kada has been a nightmare she still cannot fully understand.
It hurts because I kept replaying this on my mind that she didn't even stand a chance. You can give her a week, you can give her a few days, you can give her anything. Everyone was so hopeful that we would find her, that she would be alive.
Just a few weeks ago, she tells us Scott was getting ready to be one of her bridesmaids. Priya is sharing this video of Scott excited, trying on the dress she was going to wear.
She was the type of person that she said she was going to do it. She was going to do it. She followed through all the way. That is just something that I'm really, really proud of her for.
They have confirmed that human remains of a female have now been found way back in the wooded area behind the school. They tell me that the remains have been there for a week or less. There are a lot of people out here just kind of watching and, of course, hoping for the best. But that's why police have been out here for the last hour, 2 hours or so.
Here's this parking lot. I'm standing just to the south of Ada Lewis Middle School, and this is the Albury Rec Center.
What are we doing here?
Here's this parking lot. I'm standing just to the south of Ada Lewis Middle School, and this is the Albury Rec Center. And then across the street on this side is the Albury Arboretum. This parking lot now has serious play in this case. It is in this area that I'm standing that these arrest papers allege that on the night of October 4th into the morning of October 5th, Keon King drives to this location and parks this 2008 Hyundai Accent right in these spaces here.
Wait, hold on, y'all, because obviously it ain't looking right.
That Kada Scott's body is in that car, and they leave.
Her iPad was last seen at 10:04. That's the date, at 10:21. And she was near 6845 Anderson. This thing is tripping. Really? Okay, let me pull it up. I think it look right now. Hold on. So annoying.
Up here, and they are seen exiting a car, which is the Toyota Camry. If you're following this case, you know that car. It's one of the suspect vehicles. This parking lot, Albury Arboretum. Here's this parking lot. I'm standing just to the south of Ada Lewis Middle School, and this is the Albury Rec Center. And then across the street on this side is the Albury Arboretum. This parking lot now has serious play in this case. It is in this area that I'm standing that these arrest papers allege that on the night of October 4th into the morning of October 5th, Keon King drives to this location and parks this 2008 Hyundai Accent right in these spaces here. Police allege that Kada Scott's body is in that car, and they leave.
Her iPad. This dude leaves her in the parking lot for 2 days. Like, who the heck was down enough with Keon to help him discard her body? Now, another thing I had heard is that she was dismembered, but I heard the aunt say that on 2 different channels, but I did not hear that anywhere else. Did y'all hear that anywhere else? Because I would think if she was dismembered, that they would have told us that. You know, and also they would have mentioned other evidence, because if he would have dismembered her, when would he have done it? And where? Say if they had a saw or something, they will have evidence of that. And I didn't hear anything, but I did hear somebody saying, the aunt saying that she was dismembered, and I'm not sure where she got that from. But okay, so the 2 cases that I have covered, I covered more than that was talking about dismemberment, but they told us about it. Sade Robinson, we knew she was, and also Felicia Johnson. So I think they would have told us. What do y'all think? I mean, it would have been he couldn't have dismembered her when, yeah, okay, BFF said no. I really don't think that. A car went up in flames, right? Yep, a car went up in flames. I read that part already. And what I was saying as far as that car, it says right here on 10/7/2025 at 3:31 a.m., officers and Engine 73 responded to a vehicle fire on the 2300 block of 74th Avenue. The burned vehicle was identified as the same stolen Hyundai Accent. The Engine 73 ruled the fire an arson, and this was assigned to a detective. And so, because the fire department arrived and all of that, I said that Keon didn't have nothing to do with the towing and the crushing of that vehicle, because he just set it on fire and left, and then the firefighters came. So I don't know. Yeah, so they would have had to did that, and I would think that is no evidence. They can't even get no evidence from that vehicle at this point. It's crushed. You know, how they gonna get anything? But I guess they had a ways. I guess we'll figure it out. And some people that lives there said that they are real tight-lipped in Philadelphia, the police department, when it come down to giving information and stuff. They don't really give you any. So but as far as that dismemberment, I really don't think so, because they didn't say that. And if she was dismembered, though, that would mean that she sat in that car. He couldn't have done that within the time frame that he left her there, right? So let's go back to that. And so the only other time it could have happened would have been at the burial site, and you would think they would have seen something outside of it. You know, that would have been a messy mess, you would think, right? But I don't believe it. But I just wanted to say that. I just don't, because they haven't said anything. Okay, so it says investigators during the course of the investigation determined the theft, missing person, and arson incidents were related. A joint homicide and FBI violent crime task force investigation determined number 304, which is Keon, and he really is a hoe, was a text now void account. So the search warrant returns showed communication between this number and Kada from September 28th to 10/4. Hold on. Shoot. Hold on, I'm in the wrong spot. I was past that. So we talked about the fact that the account was attached to Madeline. So subscriber check tied the IP to 5508 Belmar Terrace, and that's the home of Madeline. Born in 98. And then on 10/9/2025, homicide executed a warrant at that address with SWAT assistance. Brown and Lai Risha, 96, born in 96, were detained. 3 phones, a tablet, contract bag, latex gloves, a hammer, a 9mm ammunition were recovered. The Verizon suspect phone was not located. Hold on. Now, I think that's Keon's phone, right? His phone was not located. His ugly face. Let me get past that. Dude. I need these papers in my hand. That's the problem, y'all. Okay, so we there. Goodness gracious. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Did it just skip to that? I guess so. Okay, so it says attempts to interview both detainees were conducted. Madeline initially requested a lawyer upon administration of her Miranda warning. When detectives left the room thereafter, Madeline yelled that she did not need a lawyer and asked to speak with the detective daily. She subsequently was re-advised of her Miranda warning, which were fully waived, and stated the following: Brown does not know the complainant, nor was she ever around Arbery Arbitrum or the complainant's workplace. Brown did own and operate a text now number. Brown is Madeline. But she was unsure of the exact number. She did confirm her account's email, which, okay, they give it, and indicated that prior to the complainant's disappearance, no one else had access to that account. Brown received calls from the complainant's family on October 6th and indicated she had no knowledge of calling or texting the complainant or having any other information to her whereabouts. Shortly after the call, Brown gave her Android device with the Text Now account to Lyrisha. But Lyrisha denied that, right? So Brown denied any knowledge of owning or possessing the suspect Verizon phone in question. Lyrisha stated to detectives that she had been staying with Brown on Belmar Terrace for several days. Lyrisha indicates that she had previously been involved in an intimate relationship with Madeline. Now they switching and calling them Brown and Lopez. This is so annoying. But so relationship with Brown. Lopez was present for the phone call for the decedent's family to Brown and stated Brown became nervous. Brown, however, never gave her the phone in question. Lopez gave investigators consent to search her Apple iPhone. Both statements were memorialized via audio and video recording. So we remember hearing that the family, her mother and them knew that her phone was pinging over there, gave them a call, and she said that Brown was nervous after that call. Why would she be nervous? And there's a lie being told. She's saying that she gave, I think, Lyrisha the phone, and she's saying that she did not give it to her. So somebody lying right there. Both statements. Okay, so analysis of the suspect's Verizon record showed recurring travel between Belmar Terrace and Aubrey Arbitrum. Record showed recurring travel. So why would he be going back and forth? Maybe he did do something to her. Why would he go back and forth? It shows that he went. Let's go to Belmar Terrace since we here. Let's go there. So why would he need to be going back and forth? And then was there for that other long period of time. Digging a hole. Oh, I don't even got it up. About dang on time. The heck? What time is it? Oh, shoot. Oh, man, I gotta hurry up. So this is where they were. This area. These houses are close, man. It's like they all connected. They are all connected. Okay. All right. So he's going back and forth between there and there. What was he grabbing? Equipment or what? I need this, that, and the third. But you would think that if somebody was dismembered, it would be traces of blood and stuff, because and a bunch of mud and all of that. But I am curious to know, what was he going back and forth for? Okay, let's get to it. So it says, now I gotta find my spot again. So it says Brown does not know the complainant, nor Was she ever around the Aubrey Arbitrum? The complaint of workplace or anything. All right, so hold on. We ain't gonna start up there. Brown became nervous about that phone. After the parents called her. Nervous after the call. Brown, however, never gave the phone in question. Lopez gave investigators consent to search her Apple iPhone. Both statements were okay. So, analysis of the suspect's record showed reoccurring travel between Bill Martyrus and the Aubrey Arbitrum, including 10/7/2025. Between 2 a.m. and 2:52 a.m. The same device was last active on 10/9/2025 near 5500 Bellmark Terrace. So, analysis of the suspect's Verizon RTT record showed reoccurring travel between Bill Martyrus and Aubrey Arbitrum, including 10/7. The same device was last activated. So it was last activated on 10/7, right by the Bill Martyrus. Okay. So a frequency analysis identified 215, and then it's another 215 as the top contacts. The latter belonged to a Albert Hayes, who identified the user as 267 as K. A black male in his 20s, thin, built, 5'9", twisted hair. Further RTT analysis from 10/6/2025 revealed the suspect device traveled from Belmar Terrace into Center City, lingering near the Criminal Justice Center and Reading Terminal Market for about 45 minutes before returning. So he got the nerve to be lingering around a Criminal Justice Center. What? What was he doing over there? And then it says RTCC poll camera footage traced a Toyota Camry following the same route. So they were able to track his car down. That's probably the screenshots that we were seeing of the vehicle. So a patrol alert distributed stills from the footage. Officers Dohan and Weiler recognized the vehicle as the 99 Toyota Camry, registered to Keon King. Wait, what? Confirmed a hit. So, okay, it says registered to Keon King, gave his date of birth gave an address, confirmed a hit on 10/6 at 1100, gave another address consistent with RTT data. King was scheduled in court that day. This dude was out here committing crimes in the midst of court. So he had a court date on 10/6, and wow, hold on. Cold piece of work. So did he go to court? You know, this is reminding me of Jarvis. You know, he's sitting up committing crimes in the midst of court also. He had court the same day that he allegedly unalived Naziah. It's another case I covered, the same thing. They still haven't found that girl. I can't remember her name right now. They still haven't found her. I see her face. Oh, Brandon was the guy that did it. The girl I'm talking about, she decided to do an Uber drive by herself, and she had driven this guy before, so he befriended her, and then she came up missing. Still ain't found her. Around the same time as Alexis Ware. Okay. So King was later stopped. Wait, hold on, y'all. Okay. So it says right here, King was scheduled in court that day, which that day was 5/6. King was later stopped. He was stopped later. Wait a minute. Oh, that's his birthday. Date of birth 5/6. Okay. All right. King was later stopped on 10/6/2025 at 6:13 p.m. in 2100 South 60th Street. I think I pulled that up too. Hold on, let's see. I thought I did. $2,100 South 60th. And he just out chilling. Let's do this. So anyway, he was out traveling 2100 South 60th Street. RTT ARCS again placed his phone in the same area at the time of the stop. Previous stops, he was stopped 10/1. They've been stopping this man all month, okay? He was stopped October 1st and October 2nd. This was before Kada went missing. And then by the time they stopped him on the 6th, they was just checking his locations to make sure that it was him and they was working properly because they was tracking his phone, obviously. Again, place his phone in the same area at the time of the stop. Previous stops, 10/1, 10/2 of King occurred. During the 10/1 stop, Lopez was listed as a passenger, further connecting all parties and devices. The evidence established that Kada went missing under suspicious circumstances and that the Verizon VoIP devices used to contact her were operated by King. His phone's RTT data and ALRP video corroborates his possession of the 1999 Camry and continuous movement with Kada with Kada's last location. So yeah, so they checked him, made sure everything was good. Yeah, that's him. Yep, we got him. So then October 14th, Ada Tolinsky approved charges of kidnapping, rape, stalking, false imprisonment, use of a communication facility, and tampering with evidence. King surrendered that day, accompanied by counsel, and declined interview. Now, I wonder, I was just thinking because I know that they got it was something about an abuse of a corpse or something, I think I heard. And that could just simply mean taking her from the vehicle, throwing her in a hole. It don't mean that he cut her up. His mother works at Chop down the street from that location. Really? I hadn't heard that anything about his mother as far as where she worked. What is Chop? Oh, that's Buddha. Okay, shout out to Buddha. I didn't realize that was her. Okay, so hold on. Yep, so they was checking everything and use of community tampering with use of communication facility and tampering with evidence. King surrendered that day, accompanied by counsel, and declined interview. Well, he need to talk, okay? On 10/15/2025, so he declined the interview. Anyway, 10/15/2025, police responded to 6100. That's the Ada Lewis middle school. It's not even on the map no more. So it says 10/15/2025, police responded to 6100 Arlett Street. That's Ada H. Lewis Middle School. Recovered Kada's EBT card. Later that day, King's gold Toyota Camry was located unattended at the Gypsy Lane condos. Surveillance showed the vehicle arriving at 3 p.m. on 10/10 and a lone male matching Keon's description exiting repeatedly, accessing the trunk and leaving. Hold on. Exiting the trunk and leaving the car. Okay, so let's go there. Now, I know I pulled that one up. But of course, let's see. He all chilling in the woods. He thought, oh, I can just hide out here. They'll never find me over here. Stupid. What are we doing here? Why they make this stuff so difficult? Let's do this. Yeah, please smack the thumbs up. Okay, so this is where he was at, chilling. Let's swing it around. Wait, did they take me somewhere else? Yeah, this is where he was. And look, this the area. He chilling in the little gated area here. And I remember seeing this right here because they towed his car. Dude. It don't want me to get close. Okay. At all. Dude. Wait. Okay, so I remember seeing the car being towed coming out of here, and there was a boy standing on this side when they was towing the vehicle. So this is where he was at. They said they only seen him going back and forth. So he was up in there from 10:10 until they came and got him on 10:15. Wait, what is this? Okay, so on 10/15/2025, police responded to Ada Middle School, recovered Kada's EBT card. Later that day, King's gold Toyota Camry was located unattended at Gypsy Lane condos. Surveillance showed the vehicle arriving at 3 p.m. on 10/10/2025, and a lone male matching King's description repeatedly accessing the trunk and leaving the car. Kada's family provided detectives with hold on. Dang it. Okay, hold on. That went way too far. Wait. Dang, I'm trying to see that part. So it says Kada's family provided detectives with an older iPad linked to her iCloud account. Manual review revealed. Hold on. So this is where they give the iPhone information or the iPad. It was last seen on 10/4. Her iPad last seen 10/4 at 10:21 p.m. near 6845 Anderson Street. So what it appears to me is that he was just riding down the street throwing her stuff out the car. That's really what it appeared to be to me. Hold on. We gonna pull those up and look. Hold on. Oh, let me show wait. Oh, great. So this is the place that he was at. Just a few pictures to show. Look like the projects to me. A little bit. Somebody also said something about Kada. Somebody named none of business. I'm thinking they trying to say none of your business. It says, look like the gated community isn't as gated as you think. How does a car come inside a gated community? A car that has a connection to the disappearance of Kada Scott. You mean this so-called gated community doesn't also have security cameras at the entrance? The residents at this condo community need to demand for better security. But I mean, I think old Kong was supposed to be in there. Like, it said that he was going back and forth from the car to the apartment, right? So yeah, that's where he was at, chilling, I guess. And then hold on, let me do this. Well, let me put his ugly face up. Oh, spooky. All right, so he was at 6845 Anderson Street. Just like I said, he was. It says iPad last seen 10-4 at 1021 near 6845 Anderson Street. Okay. There it is. Spooky. Right here. Who's this raking the leaves over here? But anyway, this the area. This the neighborhood. This Anderson Street. He was just seemed like, I don't know if he threw it out, turned it off. I don't know what he did. Hold on. Dang. What iPad's last seen? I think Kada was still with him and alive at that time, or he had just picked her up at 10:12. I remember seeing 10:24. Okay, so the iPad was last seen right here in 6845 Anderson Street. The iPhone last seen 10:4 at 10:24 near 6921 Anderson Street. See, just this is why I said that, just riding around, throwing stuff out the vehicle. Maybe, I don't know. So this up the street. Yeah, I mean, that's what I would think. The iPad was last seen 10/4 1021 at 6845 Anderson Street. The iPhone was last seen, but who live in this area, I wonder, at 1024 near 6921, which is the area that we're at, Anderson Street. And then it says the iWatch was last seen 10/5 at 1:14 a.m. at Aubrey Recreation Center, which is where they left her at with her watch on, and they was able to track her there before it powered off. I guess if that was the last time it was seen, powered off at that time, or that's what I'm thinking. Powered off. Yeah, it powered off, but as far as her iPad and her phone, he would have turned that off. And she would have still been in the car with him at that time, because he didn't go to the rec center until like 11, right? Okay, so it says This placed her watch stationary at the recreation center lot after the suspect's phone left the area. So that's how they were able to determine that she was dead by then, because her phone, she was put in that car and her watch was still on. So a survey conducted by the detective Lucky and your affiant was negative for the watch. Detectives did observe potential sources of surveillance attached to the rec center that was closed at that time. Okay. So then on 10/18/2025, Detective Kelly and Claire confirmed video related to Kada was stored. Confirmed a video related to Kada was stored, and Detective Lucky and Wilson responded to recover footage. A preliminary review of the recorded video footage in summary depicts the following events in chronological order. It is noted, and all times listed are approximately and after conversion from system time to real time. So 10/4/2025 at about 10:28 p.m. a medium to dark color vehicle pulls into the parking lot in front of the Arbery Arbitrum Center, backing into the spot in the road. So she was with him. So what the heck was going on? How was he able to do all this and drive and well, I guess he was. See, this is the part that I was like, well, was they kind of fighting at this time? Because they stopping, he's like stopping at very close locations, and she was definitely in the car, but I don't know if she was still alive at this time, but she could have been. It just seems like it's a lot of moving stuff for it to just be one person. He got to be driving. He can't drive and do all this at the same time. I think somebody was in the car with him. I really do. Just looking at this. It's 3 minutes between the iPad going missing and the phone going missing. 3 minutes in between. This girl only been in the car for 12 minutes with this man. By the time the iPhone went off. 12 minutes. So was she already deceased within those 12 minutes? Or were they fighting within these 12 minutes? Because, all right, let me keep reading. Because they said he put into the wreck at 11. So maybe they did. Maybe they was just fighting at that time. Maybe. So on 10/18/2025, Detective Kelly and Claire confirmed the video. And I wonder what video, confirmed video related to the Kada was stored. Stored where? Okay. All right, so here's what they found. It said it is noted that all times listed are approximately and after conversion of the systems to real time. So we have at 10/4/2025 at about 10:28 p.m. a medium to dark color vehicle pulls into the parking lot in front of the rec center, backing into the spot in the road closest to the playground at the rec center, furthest from the street. On a northwestern end of the parking lot, across a driveway from the abandoned Ada Middle School, it was noted that after observing that vehicle parked in the same spot over a 2.5-day period, both during nighttime and daytime hours, the vehicle appeared inconsistent with being an older model Hyundai Accent. One individual observed exiting the driver's seat of the vehicle before walking away through the playground towards the fence in between two properties. Let's see. I'll have to look at that later. I ain't got time. What time is? Yeah, I don't have time. But wow. So no, they put in there and they left. So it says at 10:28. Okay. So she was already dead by the time he parked. It had to be somebody with him. Or maybe not, because let's read that again. No, he was just saying 10/4/2025 at about 10:28. A medium to dark color vehicle pulls into the parking lot. Okay, parked nearest the road, nearest to the street or furthest from the street on the northwestern end of the parking lot, across a driveway from the abandoned school. It was noted that after observing the vehicle in the same spot over 2.5-day period, both during nighttime and daytime, the vehicle appearance is consistent with being an older Hyundai Accent. Okay, so one individual is observed exiting the driver's seat of the vehicle before walking through the playground. Yeah, so he was by himself. At that time, he was by himself. The next night at 11:39 on 10/5, a vehicle is observed pulling into the parking lot and backing into the spot in the road closest to the street, facing towards the recreation center playground, and a suspect vehicle, which is still parked in the same spot. The vehicle is consistent in appearance to the 90. Okay. Hold on. So he pulls up in his beat up Camry. At least 2 individuals exit that vehicle. They know if this is a male, female, or they should have some good information by now, right? Wait a minute, what's happening? At least 2 individuals exit that vehicle. One who was on foot and one who appears to ride around the parking lot. Hold on. Okay, so at least 2 individuals exit that vehicle. One who is on foot and one who appears to ride around the parking lot on a motorized scooter, e-bike type, before both leave the camera angle. So at least 2 individuals exit the vehicle. So one got out on foot and the other one exited and is on a bike, or okay, so at least 2 individuals exit that vehicle. So 2 got out the car. One who was on foot and one who appeared to be to ride around the parking lot. So where was the motorbike before he got out the car? A motorized scooter, e-bike type. So it ain't no handicapped person that needed the scooter when he got out the car. I'm just confused by that part. Because they left out something. So one who was 2 of them, both of them got out the car, one on foot. But if they was getting out the car, wouldn't both of them be on foot? Once they put their feet on the ground to get out the car? But one was on foot and one was suddenly on a motorized scooter. That's why it's confused. Anyway, e-bike type device. So before both leave the camera angle, the vehicle stays parked at that location for almost 4.5 hours until 3:56. So what was they doing? They walked before both leave the camera angle. They didn't tell us which way they went. Okay, so the vehicle stayed parked at the location for 4.5 hours until demon time at 3:54 a.m. when 2 individuals emerged from the playground area and approached the area where the original vehicle is parked. One of those 2 individuals motioned towards the other vehicle parked towards the street lights, which then turns his headlights on and drives out of the parking lot. So that's 3 people. One of those 2 individuals motioned to the vehicle parked towards the street lights, which then turns his headlights on and drives out of the parking lot. The 2 individuals on foot then approach the suspect vehicle and remove a heavy object consistent with a human body. So when they was out there for them 4.5 hours, they didn't have her body, so they wasn't dismembering her then. So when would have dismembered her? They wouldn't have. Okay, the 2 individuals on foot then approached the vehicle and removed a heavy object consistent with a human body via the passenger side of the 2-door vehicle and carried that object towards the playground and in the general direction where human remains were discovered October 18, 2025, approximately half an hour later. Approximately a half an hour later at about 4:25 a.m., two individuals approached the suspect vehicle and entered it for a short time period before exiting and walking back into the playground area and off camera about a minute and a half later. Hold on, y'all. Hmm. Very interesting, y'all. Very, very. And I mean, I'm all in my thoughts right now. I got to think about this. What is really going on? All of these people was invested in doing this to Kada. Why? Nothing here, folks. Move along. Why? Welcome, Canada. Thank you for coming through. Cynthia said, agreed. That's something, man. What amazes me about this is that he got this many people that would do this for him. So that person that was in the other vehicle must have been some type of lookout person, because I don't see the purpose of that person being there just for them to shoo them off after they done. Yeah, they was just the lookout person, I guess. You see anything, alert us. I wonder if they had walkie-talkies. Maybe not, because they signaling to the person also. So I think that was it. Let me make sure. Yeah, that was it. I'm gonna read that part again, y'all. So on 10/5/2025 at about 11:39 p.m., a vehicle is observed pulling into the parking lot and backing into a spot in the road closest to the street, facing towards the recreation center, playground, and the suspect vehicle, which is still parked in the same spot. This vehicle is consistent in appearance to the 1999 Toyota Camry attributed to Keon King. At least two individuals exit that vehicle, one who is on foot and one who appears to ride around the parking lot on a motorized scooter, e-bike type, before both leave the camera angle. The vehicle stays parked at that location for almost 4.5 hours until about 3:56 a.m. when two individuals emerged from the playground area and approached the area where the original suspect vehicle is parked. One of those two individuals motion to the other vehicle parked towards the street lights, which then turns its headlights on and drives out of the parking lot. The two individuals on foot then approach the suspect vehicle and remove a heavy object consistent with a human body via the passenger side of the two-door vehicle and carry that object towards the playground and in a general direction where the human remains were found October 18th, 2025, approximately half an hour later. At about 4:25 a.m., two individuals approached the suspect vehicle and entered it for a short time period before exiting and walking back into the playground area and off camera about a minute and a half later. What were they doing? It's a lot. It's a lot that they not telling us, okay? We definitely can tell that. And I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here on time. Like, thank y'all for hanging out with me for these 2 hours. But I'm gonna go, y'all. We'll be back. Peace and love, y'all. We out. Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up. Please subscribe.